Hello, my name is Hannah, and today we are building a Mediterranean house in Oasis Springs. And this house, I have not made a Mediterranean house like this big without using like some sort of image or some like inspiration in it. So I was trying to make one based like on the other ones that I've built, like mixing them together and just like trying to like see what happened. And you can see that I was trying to put like a rounded bit, I guess. It's not really rounded, but like more of a not box shape. But I just don't know how to roof with those. I can only do boxes with roofing. I don't know, but like it's super hard because I have experience with like using these kinds of like roofs, but like anything else I just don't like, and also I just don't know how to manipulate them in a way that like looks semi-decent, and so I just fully gave up and made it like boxy again, which is still ended up looking good. And so I really like that. But then I also use these like Strangerville windows, in which I've been using a lot recently on like my Mediterranean and like also like my builds that I do in Oasis Springs. I like the windows, they look really cool, and also like they're big and like they come in like semi-decent colors. To be fair, I don't use most of the colors. Like I use the white one, and I think I've used like some of the colors before, but most of the time I just use the white one. But I think they look fun, and I know they're for Strangerville, but like this is also a desert, so it's not like it's, you know, too far off. And also I don't build like anything in Strangerville because the lighting there is horrible. Like it sucks to build in those lots because they just like, you cannot see anything, or it's super yellow, or like in some of the areas it's like dark gray like lighting, and it's just really bad. And this is like one of my favorite lots in Oasis Springs. I don't know why. It just like has perfect lighting from the front. It does have some, you know, tree shadows kind of blocking it, but a lot of the other ones have like weird like backlit lots, or like they don't have like very good lighting anywhere. And so I usually use this one, or like there's one next to it I think, and I use like this neighborhood like almost exclusively when I build in Willow Creek, but that's okay because it's really fun. And I like almost never build on the lots that have like sand, I guess, underneath it. I usually use like grass ones. That's mostly because of the lighting, because the ones that have sand don't have good lighting, so I prioritize using the good lighting over lots that have like different kinds of like terrain, I guess. So I went with this one, and you can see that I was going with like more like a sand base underneath it, because I feel like, I'm not really sure, but like sand would be better than like dirt, because I feel like dirt would just get dry. To be fair, as I say in most videos when I talk about landscaping, I know nothing about plants. My mother would hate me for saying that, but like I know nothing about plants, and so I don't know anything about dirt either. So I feel like most people don't have a vast knowledge on dirt, but you know, I could be wrong. And so I was just like, maybe I'll just use like sand this time, and it looked really cool. And then I put like a bunch of like green plants everywhere because I was like, it's grassy, the plants will be fine. In real life they'd probably all die, but that's okay. There's plants like everywhere in Oasis Springs, so to be fair, it can't be that bad of a desert. And also, it was a pretty okay floor plan. It was kind of difficult because I was trying to figure out what to do, and also it's like kind of like long, and then so I was trying to figure that out. And also anytime I wanted to place down walls, the like chimney would disappear, and that was really frustrating. But it's just this chimney that I've used like in a couple of my builds. It just like anytime you go to like draw walls or like delete them, it just disappears. And so that was kind of fun, real fun to just like put it back. I think I put it back like 4 times before I just like finished the full floor plan, and then I was like, nope, we'll just do this later. And so I basically just went with the same like wood color on the inside, but then I also went with light blue, which I've been using light blue a lot lately, but I think it's just kind of how that goes. I just use one color like a bunch in a bunch of my builds and then move on to the next color. But I went with light blue. And then the kitchen in this one I really like. It's kind of big, but it looks really cool, and I use like double sets of like cabinets on the top. You'll see that later. I'm not very good at describing that, but like you'll see that. And so it's really big, and like there's a bunch of storage space, and so I thought it looked really cool. And the lighting inside is really good. I used like a bunch of lights because I wanted to like them to look good with like the style of the house, but then also I didn't want them to look very ugly and like just like black circles in the sky. And so I put these lightings, and then I put another light inside of it and like hid it, so it's very bright inside, but I think it looks really cool. And so I just basically just put like a bunch of blue and then this like medium kind of wood everywhere, and that is basically the entire color scheme. But I thought it was really cool, so that's, you know, I guess about it for the house. So I'm going to move on to some of the things that I have done this week now. The first thing is that in zoology this week we dissected grasshoppers, And I don't think I had ever thought about what a grasshopper looks like. They're all everywhere. I cannot imagine, I've never seen a grasshopper, but to be fair, I also thought they were green. But I guess they might be. To be fair, they were also in a bucket of preservatives, so they may have had a little issue, but they were like huge. I'd say like, I don't know, finger size. They were like, if you were to take your finger, they were like that big. And to be fair, I didn't know grasshoppers were that big either, because that's just like kind of strange to think about. I don't think about bugs very often, to be fair, but I was just like, they're huge. And then we had like a male and a female, and the male one was like dark, like almost black, like dark gray, and then the female one was like brownish, and I was fully not expecting that. I was like, huh, because like the pictures on like the slideshow that she showed us were like green. I don't know if that's just because everyone thinks grasshoppers are green, or I don't really know. To be fair, I could look up a picture of a grasshopper, but also these ones were really dead, so that also might have changed it. I don't know if they like change color when they die, but like as I was saying earlier, they were just in a bucket of like, I'm assuming preservatives and water, because we played fish out the grasshopper out of the bucket earlier that class period to, you know, go out and like have them, but it was horrible. That bucket smelled so bad, but it just like, you know, I'm assuming preservatives and then just water and then just grasshopper juice. It was really fun, especially because I was imagining them to also be hard, and they are. To be fair, the outside of a grasshopper is like hard compared to like some things, but like when they were in the bucket and then we took them out to dissect them, they were like squishy, and oh god, it was horrible. But it was a good experience. But their organs, I could not find any of them, so sorry, I just kind of cut them open for no reason. But the outside I could find everything, but the inside I could not find like any of the organs or like anything. Like I could barely find anything. It was just one mass of inside grasshopper. So, you know, if you wanted that to think about, I could not. It was just like a solid grasshopper of just like tissue. But that also might have been influenced by the fact that they were in a preservative bucket for probably a while. The storage area for that thing is probably, but it's probably just like been in there for a little bit, like with the vacuum sealed crayfish. Yeah, they're probably a little old, but that's okay. That room, I'm shocked it does not smell horrible, because we just have a bunch of things that we cut open, and also like other classes, because I feel like this is like one of the only biology classes that like, there's like 3 classrooms that are biology classrooms, and like I swear everyone has this one. Like I know a couple people that have another one, but like everybody that I've seen like dissect stuff is in this room or in one other one, and I'm shocked it doesn't smell in there yet, because like it smells horrible in there when the like dissected stuff is in there. But other than that, it's like pretty normal for the most part. But to be fair, it is a huge room, because science rooms have like the lab area and then a classroom area, so that also might be it. I don't travel back to the back unless we're dissecting stuff, so maybe it smells bad, but I'm not really sure. But to be fair, it was okay. I think she has like a bunch of other things, and she was like saying like we could like dissect fetal pigs, and we were all like, no, I think I'm okay. Like I could go my life without knowing what a dissected fetal pig looks like. So, but you know, other things she said, I think she said we were gonna do like maybe like another kind of bug, and then like some kind of thing with a backbone, because we haven't even gotten to vertebrates yet. So maybe that, but I don't really want to dissect a fetal pig. That just sounds bad. Like that is up there with the cow eyeball that we were supposed to, you know, do in like, I think junior year is when they say that we do that. I don't know. That just sounds horrible. But other than that, we're reading Watership Down in English, and it's a book about bunnies, basically. That's all you need to know for this story. But there's this one story, and my English teacher said it sometime last year, and I think I've talked about it before, but I'm going to talk about it again because I honestly don't remember if I talked about it. But he brings it up almost every single time we have bunnies or like Easter comes around. And so we were talking about bunnies, and we were talking about like the like themes and like all of the things that bunnies represent and stuff like that, because beginning of the book reading stuff, we usually talk about like symbolism and just like themes in the book. And so he has this one story in which, you know, he was like a little kid, and he saw this like, you know, 8-foot bunny, like that kind of looked like a person. I don't know what the word for that is, but like, you know, bunny that kind of looks like a person. And so like imagine like if you were to put a person in a bunny costume, but it was a realistic bunny costume, that. And so he tells the story in which he was like 5 years old and he was going to the bathroom in the middle of the night, and he looked down the stairs and it was just like this bunny that was like I think he said it was on all fours. And so this connects to me somehow. I'm not just telling a random story, but I also have that exact same memory from probably around that same age. I don't remember how old I was, but one time when I was like little and probably still believed in the Easter Bunny, I was like going to the bathroom in the middle of the night, which I like never do because I hate it's dark, and to be fair, there's a bunch of dolls in my house, so you know, I might be old, but that's still scary, but it's gross, but whatever. And so I saw this, like, I think it was like probably around 7 foot when I saw it. To be fair, I don't know if I saw it or not. This was like 12 years ago. And so I think in my head it seems very real, but it was standing like, you know how bunnies are on all fours? I don't know. Normal bunny posture. Mine was not like that. Mine was like actual man in a bunny suit kind of thing. And I just thought it was really weird how many details between my story and my English teacher's story are like exactly the same. And it just like kind of like left. Like I fully turned back and ran back into my room. But apparently his like bunny that he saw like kind of just hopped away. I fully just, looked like a statue. It didn't move when I saw it. It was just kind of there. But both of the of us like were like, it seemed so real. And to be fair, it didn't happen. Like there was not a 7-foot man with a bunny costume on in my like living room, so I don't really know, but it just seems like this memory from my childhood that's like so like there, and it's just kind of weird that somebody else has like the exact same memory, so I don't know. But that is about it, so I'm going to end the video right here as it is almost screenshots time. But subscribe if you liked my bunny story, or maybe the build, I don't know, but subscribe if you did like it, as I post 4 videos a week, so you can watch another video next time. Bye.